My inspiration for joining the council was actually the time I spent in college as a member of the National Model United Nations. And so, in undergrad, I got to represent Latvia and Jamaica, which was a lot of fun. But coming to New York for a week and seeing what it's like to kind of be in session and to kind of simulate the UN was really great. And I was really fortunate actually during my first trip. We did a trip to the General Assembly, and I got to meet Kofi Annan, and so that was for me a huge turning point. And I've always loved the UN and loved the work of the UN. And I would say for the last 12 years post college, it's been really important to me to figure out how I could contribute to the work of this organization that I really kind of grew to love during my college years. I think success for us really means, as a group, have we come in, have we been innovative, but have we actually really created plans and ideas based on the goals that we set out to achieve? Big ideas are great, but are we implementing strategies and really implementing solutions that make sense for what the UN Foundation is trying to do? Jay-Z says, don't follow me, follow my moves. And so I love that because you think about what are the steps that people actually take to accomplish their goals. Those are the important things to pick up on. We all look at people that have been really successful and say, I want to be where they are. But the key is to really say, how did they map out their steps for success? And so, I always say as a tip, know as much as you can about what you want to do. Knowledge is power, and that's an old saying, but it hasn't changed. The more you know, the better position you are to do it really means, what really matters for your business. And so I would really say focus on getting that information and focus on finding those few people, whose moves you can follow. Doesn't mean they're going to be your mentor, but you don't need a mentor to follow the moves that they're making. Definitely issues affecting women and girls. When you really think about issues like child marriage, education, or health, you really think about how do we create a more equal playing field for women in the world. And unfortunately, there are huge disadvantages. I think personally about a girl who might be menstruating and can't go to school, and what can we do to kind of mitigate these circumstances that keep girls from being educated, from being healthy, from being happy, and what can we do in our roles? Even for me as an entrepreneur, how can I be helpful in helping a girl feel better about herself, be healthier, or really understand that she has so many more options in her life? Whether it's vaccines or access to clean water or, energy, just all of the different programs that are actually on the ground right now. And I think we think about the UN or the UN Foundation as these kind of huge, big organizations and what are they really doing. But if you really thought practically about, the ways that the UN actually impacts your life every day that you haven't thought about, I think people might see it differently. We're definitely not here to kind of toot our own horns. We want to roll up our sleeves, get to work, and create something that really matters and that's going to be here for a long time. After we've served our term on the council, we really want to make sure that we're impactful.